So I left him for the end just to comment on him because I know those are going to be the big questions. So for Matthew, basically staying with the same deal that we talked about. I think it was yesterday. I'm going to really take Matthew all the way to the end of the week. You guys, know as well as I do the toughness of this guy and how he's been able to come back, from some pretty serious injuries and still playing games. And so we're going to take it to the end of the week. We're going to see how he does. And I'm totally comfortable with him not practicing and playing in the game. I've seen him do it. So, like I said, we'll just take that to the end of the week. So any questions?
Tim?
Yeah, I got two quick ones for you, Darrell. You talk about when you're playing the Tennessee Titans and going against Derrick Henry, and for obviously good reasons. But when you look at their statistics overall, what does it speak to just how explosive their offense is when you have a guy like A.J. Brown with 837 yards and Davis with 835 yards? I mean, you're looking at an offense that could potentially have a 2,000-yard rusher and two 1,000-yard receivers. Does that speak to how explosive they really are, and it's not just Henry?
Yeah, I mean, they have, some really talented players, obviously, on the offensive side of the ball. Derrick Henry is the leader, and that's how they want to build the thing. And kind of the same thing that I've been preaching here is, when you have a solid run game and the way that they're able to use him, it really opens up the explosions in the pass game in terms of play action and that kind of thing. So, Ryan Tannehill's done a great job for them. I know I said it, but comeback player of the year, and he's still playing like that. So, a lot of weapons over there, and they can be explosive, and some of those explosives also come in the run game. With those big long runs by Henry as well.
And then I just wanted to ask you about Jack Fox real quick, too. I saw something that they had on the release where he could have the highest gross punting average and net punting average for a kicker's first 50 punts in NFL history. Just speak to the consistency that he's given you guys and really a weapon he is for you guys.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. And, to be honest with you, I still think there's more in there. He's a young player, and I still think there's still more consistency that he can have. And, even as well as he's doing, we get to watch him here every day. We watch him practice, and he's a super talented kid. So really like what he's doing, but want him to continue to improve.
Thanks, Bev.
Kyle?
Hey, Bev. I got two for you as well. The first one is Lions brought Chris Spielman into the fold yesterday, and I'm just curious what sort of relationship you have with Chris. If you've known him for years or whatever. And have you talked to him since the hire?
I have not talked to him since he was hired. We actually had him. I don't even know which game it was on the broadcast, and so I spoke to him from that point of view, just in terms of the production meeting, that thing. I also know Rick Spielman from my time in Minnesota, so I've crossed over with Chris as well. So just know him in terms of really the business. Haven't had tons of extensive conversation with him or anything like that, but really like him. He always is energetic. He's always got a little bit of juice about him as well. So that's something that's positive.
And my second question is about the quarterback position. You guys have brought in a lot of mobile quarterbacks for that backup spot since you got here, and obviously, Chase has some athleticism as well. We saw that on the touchdown on Sunday. Just curious what you've liked about having a mobile quarterback in that backup spot behind Stafford, and how that might play into the game plan going forward.
Well, it just, Kyle, it just opens up different areas of the game plan for you. Some things can be a little bit, simplified. When you have a little bit more mobile quarterback, you can do different things, and you can simplify the game in certain ways for him. Because obviously you can always save the play with your feet. That doesn't take anything away from Matthew. He does a phenomenal job, and he does everything that we would ever want him to do. But just as that position, you're going to get minimal reps, so you're not going to be able to be as dialed in on some of the progressions and reads, and being mobile enables you to kind of give you that second chance opportunity on a play.
Thank you, Darrell.
Mike?
Darrell, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Following on the Stafford train of questions here, what do you need to, since you're saying you're comfortable with him not practicing, what you maybe need to hear from him then, or see, even not from a playing perspective, to feel confident that he could go on Sunday?
Well, I mean, obviously, Mike, he's going to have to make sure that he can handle whatever the level of pain that he's in. I mean, that's going to be a big factor in it. And then can he function, with that pain level, are really going to be the two things. And, we have great lines of communication. I mean, he's not going to do something that he's not going to be able to do. So, like I said, there'll be other things that are in there, but right now I'm going to be trusting him.
And you said on Monday that at some point this week y'all will put Jeff Okuda on injured reserve. Well, I guess why delay that at this point? Like, why not just do it?
Because I mean, there's no need to, like, we're always in conversations with the roster and who to bring up. There's a little bit of juggling act there on exactly how we need to get ourselves to the game. So we talk about that really every day, and then by the end of the week we'll have it nailed down.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Chris.
Morning, Darrell. Thanks for the time. A couple quick ones, I guess. Just a quick follow-up on Kenny. I don't know that there's anything new to report there, but do you have any update on sort of where he's at in the process here?
I don't have any update right now in terms of anything different than what he's been doing. He's still continuing to rehab, trying to get himself back to play. He's just not quite all the way there yet.
And then another one on the quarterbacks. You've spoken pretty highly of David Blau. You guys just signed another quarterback to the practice squad. I guess beyond the physical traits, what sort of things do you look for in a young quarterback that kind of convinces you that they can be someone that's worth developing over the long term?
Yeah, I wish you could be in the quarterback room. I mean, I really wish you could hang around these three guys and the way that they work, the way that they communicate. David Blau is about as confident as a kid as they come. He's confident in his abilities. He knows our game plan inside and out. He works tirelessly at it. Like I've told you that. He stays after in practice. He's in everything. He's asked tons of questions, and he's really become a great resource for both the quarterbacks. I mean, they listen when he sees things on tape as well. So just those intangible things, the way that he goes about his business, the way he works, and how important it is to him, is something that I definitely look for.
Thank you.
All right, O'Hara, last one.
Actually, Tim and Kyle beat me to this, but I'd maybe just expand a little bit on one of these. How much more difficult is it, or not difficult, to prepare defensively to stop an elite runner as opposed to a quarterback? Different things you have to cope with.
Yeah, it's really kind of two different situations here, right? Obviously, last week going against Aaron Rodgers, one of the best in the game, if not the best in the game. And then, coming to Derrick Henry. And, I mean, obviously we know that the game's going to go through him. And so we got to do a great job, and obviously in our run fits, in our communication. But if you're able to stop that guy, then you can make them a little bit more one-dimensional, where it's a little bit harder to do that with the quarterback, because the quarterback, you can still have all that other stuff. You can run the ball and do different things. So probably just being basically selling out on the run, gang tackling, being in our gaps is the thing we need to do against the run.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Thanks, Bev. Thanks, Eamon.